We got a full slate of games coming up this week. But first, Andrew's Tennessee Titans played off against Omer's Gardner Minshew's. Sorry,
That
the
that is
Jaguars.
that is my Minshew.
The Minshew's. Minshew Mania took an L, but they played well.
No, 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 no.
Omer,
Correction. Minshew Mania did not take an L. The Jags took an L. There's a huge
fair.
difference there.
Yeah, I mean, an L's an L.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Well, Andrew says win, you say loss. But anyway,
Andrew says a
The only
lot of
Omer,
stat,
shit. Andrew
the only
says a
stat
lot
I
of
know
shit.
about is 2-0. That's the only stat I know right now.
Will you
guys,
make the playoffs? No.
who was more impressive in this game? The Tennessee Titans and their comeback at the end, or Gardner Minshew and his breakout? Andrew, lead us off.
Oh, y'all remember that roller coaster ride that I had to watch on Monday Night Football with the kicking? Which I've been watching for almost a decade now. The fact that he made it. Listen, that's a Hall of Fame kicker we went out and got. He was very underwhelming, historically underwhelming in his debut with the Tennessee Titans. But at the end of the day, you know what? We don't care how many you miss. If you make, you can miss five, but if you make that one that wins us the game, you know what? We forget about all the misses. So that was the biggest surprise to me was that again he showed up to play. He did what he had to do, and we caught the dub. A win's a win, as far as I'm concerned.
Tell me about that vaunted Tennessee Titans defense. They're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
That
the 2000
defense.
Ravens. Is that what was said on this podcast a
Listen,
I
week
believe
ago?
that's exactly what was
listen,
said on this podcast.
listen. There was no training camp. Our big
But whoa,
defensive
whoa, whoa,
signing was
yo,
literally
whoa, whoa! You said this
Excuses,
though after
excuses,
training
listen,
camp.
excuses.
You
listen,
said this. You
listen,
said this right
listen,
before the start of the season.
listen. The guy who's going to win us a Super Bowl on the defensive side of the football was literally signed less than a week
Oh,
before.
you mean the same guy
Literally,
who was offsides on the last play of the game that would have resulted in a penalty and not an interception like it did? That would have resulted in Gardner Minshew probably getting 5 more yards closer to a field goal and tying the game, going into overtime and winning that game?
you know what? That's all hypothetical. I know
That's
what happened.
Yeah,
I know.
what
I,
happened
I
is the
only know
refs
what
missed the
happened.
call. You guys
You
got
know
you
what?
guys got lucky on a missed call, just like you
They're
guys got
human.
lucky
They're
on
human.
bad coaching and management last week. You guys keep
They're
getting
human.
lucky and lucky and lucky against teams that you even say before the games. You always say, "Oh yeah, the Jags are trash. We're gonna beat them." You barely did. You said the Broncos are trash. You barely beat them. So at what point is this vaunted Tennessee Titans defense, this vaunted Tennessee Titans running game, this vaunted Tennessee Titans Tannehill, who you're paying $100 million a year or throughout his contract? At what point are you guys actually going to show up? Because so far, you guys haven't done jack shit.
Listen, listen. We have shown up. The record speaks for itself.
What do you
We are
mean? I
2 and
went to a
0.
Titans.
We're
I
about
went
to
to
be
a
3 and
Titans
0.
game,
We're
and
about to be
Doug, there were
3 and
no
0.
players there. The Jags were there. The Titans were late. Where were they?
Who won the game? The only thing I care about at the NFL level is winning. College is for developing players. The NFL, the only thing we care about is winning. If you can win at the highest level in the NFL, you're good. College, we don't care if you win. College, your goal is to get the guys to the next level. If you can't do that, you failed. As far as I'm concerned, the NFL, there's nowhere to go except the Hall of Fame after that, and we know that if you don't perform on the field and you don't get the wins, you're not going to the Hall of Fame. So as far as I'm concerned, we caught the dub. That's all that matters. When we get a Dory
I want
Jackson
to
back and we're
object
not
to
set,
your view of college football for a second. College is not just about going to the NFL.
yes, it is.
Dude, that's crazy. Like 80 something percent of all college football, not even like 90 something percent of all college football players don't go to the NFL. That's nuts to say that college is all about the NFL.
Listen, listen. When you go to play Division I sports, you go there for one reason and one reason only. If there is a pro league, you go there because that's
No,
what
that's not
sets you
true at
up. Yes, you do.
all. There's
Yes, you
no
do.
way.
No,
If
no,
you're a
Andrew,
five-star player coming out of high
Andrew.
school,
Yeah, that's if you're a 5-star player. Most people who play college football aren't 5-star players. Most people who play
Yeah.
college football are either there for the scholarship or
There's
they're
only
there
dude,
to go to college and they might as well play football while they're there. They're playing for the game.
only 32 first round picks. Like
Out of
how
everyone,
how can the whole game be about that if there's only
there's
32?
250-ish players who are picked in the NFL draft every year. There's thousands, literally thousands of college players. So that what you just said makes absolutely zero sense. Like almost like every single sports take that you have ever had on this podcast, it makes zero sense. Explain.
Okay. For starters, when you have a college player, right? Just as you say, not every player is going to get to the NFL. Every 5-star player, they're 5-star players for a reason. A 5-star player is rated higher than a 3-star player for a reason. When a 3-star player makes it to the NFL instead of a 5-star player and there's no injuries causing it, it's just the 3-star player went to a school like Middle Tennessee and the 5-star player went to a school like Clemson or went to a school like Notre Dame or went to a school like, I don't know, the University of Texas at Austin.
What does that have to do with what you said, though? You said the whole point is to get them to the next level. But
exactly.
But you just admitted yourself that like most college players don't go to the next level. That's not everyone's goal, bro.
That's not what I was saying.
That's exactly what you.
That's exactly.
Then what are you playing for? What are you playing for?
You're playing for the game. You're in college. You're playing football. Most people are playing for scholarships, dude.
Ask any Division I athlete when they first start. Ask any Division I athlete when they first start at playing. Do you have a dream of playing in the NFL? They're going to tell you yes.
I had a dream about playing in the NFL, dude. I was never going to be in the NFL. All right, everyone wants to play in the NFL.
That's the ultimate goal.
The whole sport being about.
That's why you're there. That's why you're there. That's why you're there. You're there to give yourself a chance.
You're gonna win. You're gonna win football games.
You're there to give yourself a chance at making money on Sundays playing football. That's why you're going to play college football.